Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Kill Team Battle Report. This is, you can see Jordan's here, Rick's here, new friend Rick, old friend Jordan, and it's me, Eric.
New and better.
The new and improved Rick.
Yeah. Sorry, Jordan.
He's not that improved. Rick has a bad back right now.
Yeah,
so
it's quite broken.
You're sort of a broken Rick, but maybe you'll be improved Rick next time.
I'll be shambling around.
Yeah, it would be perfectly fitting your poxwalkers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we're filming another game here today. This is going to be a three-way matchup, which is the second one we filmed, but we'll see if you've seen one before this or not, depending on if I ever get that other one to work. This is actually going to be a continuation of the campaign as it was started by Jordan and myself. In those games, you saw the Death Watch versus the Harlequins, and you also saw, the Ultramarines versus the Harlequins, and you also saw the Death Watch. Oh, thanks. And you also saw the Death Watch versus the Necrons, which led to a full 40k game of the Death Watch battling the Necrons. Those events were taking place in the Ultramar segmentum, which is close to the Damocles Gulf, but it's not quite the same region. They're sort of galactically touching neighborhoods. And in that region of space, we had the Ultramarines that were battling off sort of the end tide of the Death Guard campaign from the Indomitus Crusade that we have been hearing about in 8th edition.
How dare they?
Yeah, things got contentious there, and there may be some bad blood between Rick and Jordan, who are both players of those forces.
IRL and in this campaign.
Yeah. So in that regard, that battle was taking place, but the Harlequins showed up out of nowhere in the region for reasons that have not yet been explained. In that regard, also in that region was the Necron shipment, that sort of secret shipment that made its way to that planet, and the Death Watch were called in to deal with it immediately. Whereupon it almost immediately became a full-fledged Necron force. There was a monolith there that was trying to summon up forces from the ground. But the Death Watch...
Well, they did summon some Death Watch into the monolith.
They did?
It's true.
There are now some Death Watch battling it out.
In the tomb world.
There's 5 Death Watch battling for their lives in that tomb world.
That could be a future game.
Which could be a future kill team, them stuck down there. That'd actually be really fun if they did that. But that was a victory for the Death Watch. They were able to sort of squash that uprising before it really got off the ground. But we don't know what it was preceding. We don't really know how deep the water is on that Necron force that was being pulled to the surface there by the monolith.
That's kind of swim.
Them sinking at the, they could be at the bottom of the deep, deep sea. So now we're pulling away from the Ultramar system for the time being, and we're moving to the Meritus system, which is sort of going to be like the spotlight system of the remainder of this campaign, or at least a large portion of it. So we've sort of set this up in a podcast episode where we talked about sort of the backdrop of the campaign. But what's happening right now is this planet, Meritus Prime, is the sort of capital planet of the system, is on the outermost fringe of the Damocles Gulf, and the Tau in their last sphere expansion retook this planet from the Imperium. They took it from the Imperium, and the Imperium is now preparing a crusade to retake this portion of space from the Tau. And the Tau, they know it's coming. They're not new to the way that the Imperium works. It's slow and bureaucratic, but when they finally hit, it's with a massive force. So the Imperium is building up this huge force to come retake this portion of space. And the Tau have pulled back most of their forces to sort of consolidate their defenses as best they can for when the Imperium truly hits with this crusade. But they've left little skeleton defenses on each of these planets. Meritus Prime being one of them on the outermost fringe. They were left in the capable hands of Commander Ashwalker, who I gave a little bit of backstory on in the podcast episode. But Ashwalker has been instructed by the leadership of the Tau expansion forces that he is to stay here. He actually volunteered for it, but he's to stay here and defend this planet against the incoming Imperium forces as long as he can with his very small contingent comparatively to what the Imperium will probably be bringing. And we'll be seeing also the Imperium forces preparing this campaign and then moving in with this enormous crusade. Now, it turns out, as a surprise to both the Tau and the Imperium, that there's a small force of Death Guard that are also on this planet, and they've been leading sort of covert operations.
Surprise.
You weren't ready, were you?
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
I wrote up with Rick, so I knew that.
You knew he was going to be involved in some way.
Yeah.
But you didn't
saw
know that
it.
I brought my little plastic men with me.
Well, you had them in a Tupperware, so I could see.
But that could have
through.
been fishing supplies.
But I could see
Yeah.
through.
You saw the
Yeah.
models.
I saw the models physically in there. So,
Surprise is ruined.
yeah. Plus, we had also planned this before we sat down to do the intro.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, the Death Guard are going to be here in small force. But it's also not quite clear what the Death Guard are exactly doing here. It seems that the Death Guard forces that are here retreated from the Ultramar campaign, and they thought that this was sort of a safe distance away from...
Retreat.
They don't ever retreat.
Yeah.
Well, contrary to the Loyalist Marines, they shall know fear. So, that's unfortunate for them. But, yes, they're here now, sort of licking their wounds, but no one really knows. They're disgusting. Those are wounds you don't want to lick.
God.
Yeah. I like that I chose the Death Guard to mention licking wounds about. That's really horrible.
With multiple tongues.
Yeah, they lick their wounds, and new disease just is everywhere. It's just the worst. They may even make other forces lick their wounds. That may be part of their scheme.
I think these are perfect, like little petri dish size, forces.
Exactly.
Mortarians saw these and they're like, oh.
Yeah, and then he wants them to go back to the gene pool to wreak havoc. So it does seem that the Death Guard are here to do some sort of genetic experimentation with the diseases that they are unleashing on this planet. It seems that they're using the local imperial citizenry that are left over as sort of like an underground populace, and the Tau forces that are actually controlling the planet. They seem to be hitting patrol forces and sort of attempting to spread their virulence as much as possible. It's truly gross. I hate it.
I love it.
Yeah, Rick loves it. Jordan's not a fan. But that being said, that's sort of just a backdrop to this mission, as it is a continuation of our campaign that we're doing. And it's the first time you'll see the Tau forces and the Imperial Guard, which we also went a little bit in detail about your Imperial Guard forces in that podcast. They're sort of a ragtag group of survivors from the Vostok infantry, and are there Catachans in there as well?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mixture, sort of a combined arms detachment of these remainders of these two forces of Catachans that were following the Indominus Crusade.
Yeah, they were part of the Indominus Crusade, and then they were dropped off at Vostok, which was destroyed by the Death Guard.
Right. So there's a bit of a grudge there. We will go over our forces in just a second, but you want to just go over the mission real quick, Jordan?
Sure. So we're doing the sweep and clear mission. We've sort of modified it a little bit, since obviously we're playing with 4 players, there's just 3. So we sort of deployed in a more triangle manner rather than the sort of 4 boxes.
Slightly bigger board,
Yep.
too.
Yep, a little bit bigger by a few inches than the rules call for,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
Yeah, we're just spreading it out a bit.
As far as how it works for victory conditions, there are 4 objective markers, which are worth 3 points to whoever's holding them at the end of the game. You also get a point for each enemy model that you have taken out of action. But if there's only one kill team that is not broken on the battlefield, that team wins automatically. So that's the easy win,
Right.
is to just destroy the enemy.
And it seems like, based on the forces we have, the Death Guard might be the most capable of not breaking during the course of this game.
Yes.
They are in sort of the middle, though, as we've set it up, so...
I feel confident that the guard will break.
Yeah, you have a lot of confidence in your men to fail you.
I
this
do.
game.
There's a lot of them, and they have very low leadership.
Yeah.
So,
They're bad at not breaking.
yes,
We've
they should be
determined.
broken within the first turn.
Yeah, this isn't our first game playing with Tower Guard, it's just our first game filming
Yeah.
them, so we do know a little bit how they play, how they work, and especially as we've seen and we've talked about in previous Kill Team games, Space Marines are dominating Kill Team games right now. They're so strong, and the Death Guard specifically are even tougher than the standard Marines. So I think we have a lot of work ahead of us, you and I both, even though we're dealing with each other as opponents.
Yeah.
Trying to take Rick down is going to be it's going to be a disgusting endeavor.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it should be relatively easy to take Rick down right now with his back injury.
Yeah.
It's his
Rick
kill team
himself.
I'm more worried about.
Rick himself will probably endure very little.
Yeah.
Even this
abuse.
is painful.
Yeah.
So.
And imagine if I added any form of physical abuse
Yeah, if you
to the
just like
equation.
pushed me a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, that would hurt.
Collapse. Yeah.
You know, snap a lumbar out of place, and then it's all over.
Yeah.
So now we can go over the forces a little bit in detail. Rick, you want to open with your kill team here?
Yeah, so I'm bringing to start my leader as a plague champion. I have him equipped with a plasma rifle. Then I have 2 other specialists, gunner specialists. One of them is a demolitions specialist who I have equipped with a blight launcher. Then I have a heavy specialist, which I have equipped with a melta. Not for any particular strategic reason, I just love the melta model, even though I feel like it's strategically at a little bit of a deficit because of how short the range is, and then you have the -1 for anything over 6 inches. So he's really got to get in the thick of it. He's got to just trudge right in there. But I love him anyway. And then I have a plague marine fighter, which is my zealot specialist, which I have equipped with the flail of corruption, which we're all very familiar with at this point.
We've seen him do quite a bit of work.
He is a one-man army with that thing.
No one wants him near them ever. Yeah,
even with the nerf to the damage, because it was it D3 initially, now it's just 1 damage, or is it 2 flat? I don't remember.
I think it was 2 flat, and now it's 1, but it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
It doesn't. It's still
when he gets
so
in
strong.
clobbering range.
What does he have? 3 D3 attacks? Or
Yeah,
something
it's
when he
something
charges?
absurd.
And then if you get off Grandpappy Nurgle's blessing. Then
Yeah.
he's hitting on 2s, wounding on 2. It's just
I haven't melted him yet on the channel, but that will surely happen.
It's happened once out of recording.
Out of recording, yeah.
You rolled a 1 and lost your boy. Which
Grandpappy Nurgle just went, not today.
Yeah. You get 1 too many.
Yeah.
It's 1 in 6 chances. It'll happen. But,
so then outside of the Zealot, I have his little kind of contingent of Poxwalkers, the meat shield that follows him, with all of their wonderful improvised weapons and just kind of shambling about, much like myself right now.
Yeah.
And
the Poxy Posse.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just came up with that.
That's fantastic. Okay.
I'm probably
trademarked.
Patent pending.
Trademark.
Yeah.
And then I just have a vanilla Plague Marine to round everything out with a bolter.
There you go. So that's a compact little kill team, but honestly for Space Marines, that's a lot because I think Plague Marines, they're already tougher than regular Space Marines, and then you have the Poxy Posse, which is like 4 more chaff.
Yeah.
And usually, vanilla Marines don't have like a chaff unit like that, like sort of a meat shield type thing. The way that Chaos Space Marines can have cultists and Thousand Suns can have Zangors, and you can get Poxwalkers, which are super cheap. And they can even be hard to kill sometimes. So it's like really frustrating to deal with Plague Marines sometimes.
We had that game where one of my Poxwalkers tied up one of your players in
my Harlequins.
Your Harlequins.
Yeah.
For like multiple rounds of combat.
He's just sitting there not killing them.
Just lopping hunks of meat off of them. And just not giving up. Yeah.
My 20-something point Harlequin held up by
3-point Poxwalker.
Yeah, it just couldn't kill him.
Points.
I roll like a dog sometimes, so that's your whole kill team.
Yeah.
Okay, so my kill team, this is like a patrol force from Commander Ashwalker's forces. They're basically just going the rounds, and they happened upon this Imperial force, which we'll go over in a minute, is sort of a scouting party for the larger crusade that's coming in. The Imperial Guard are basically just trying to get a little bit of intel on the ground for what kind of defenses they're looking at for the Tau. And this is just a scouting party of the Tau is making its way around. They came across these forces here and deployed, ready for action. So they're led by a leader.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a
good choice.
I thought so. He's a fire warrior, the Shasui, the sergeant equivalent of the Tau. He's just a standard fire warrior. I gave him a pulse pistol just for a little flavor. He's modeled with fire in his pulse pistol.
Yeah.
He's holding the rifle, firing the pistol.
Very heroic.
Helmet off. He's a heroic dude.
He didn't need his helmet.
He didn't need it. I mean, his head's 4+ armor.
Yeah.
We've got him, and then we have the 3 specialists. I have a sniper specialist who is a pathfinder with a rail rifle. There's a comms specialist, which is just another fire warrior, Shasla with a pulse rifle. And then we have the heavy specialist, which is a stealth suit with just a burst cannon. It is a stealth Shasui, also, the sergeant equivalent. And then we have for the fire team of the kill team, we have 2 breachers. Breachers are really tricky in kill team because of the -1 to hit over half range. It's really tricky. I actually don't even fully understand how they mean for it to be with the -1 to hit, as far as like if you're shooting something at the lowest profile, if you have to shoot at half of that profile, your -1 to hit, because then.
That's weird. I hadn't thought about that.
It's really strange.
I feel like we should assume it's the maximum range of the weapon for the -1 to hit.
I kind of thought that too.
Yeah.
And then it would still be the inches that it is for the profiles.
I feel confident that
because it's not like the weapon.
It's not the range getting short.
Yeah. It's not the weapon family.
That's one of those funny interactions to me, like in regular 40K. the harder a target is to hit, the more likely your plasma gun is to overheat.
Yeah.
Which seems like
it becomes -2 to hit,
it's
and then your
shocking
plasma
to
gun is
me
1 in 3
that that's how
chances.
they intend it. But in that case,
Very
they've
strange.
clarified that they
Yeah,
do
they
it.
clarified they meant that. Yeah, really,
Don't know why.
really strange.
Don't know why.
They just get more excited and they're fumbling with the weapon.
Yeah,
because they're not confident with their shot.
Yeah.
They hit the button on the side that they say never push this
Yeah,
button.
it's even
Yeah.
harder to hit. They just start pressing the overheat button,
Yeah.
which they put right next to the trigger. They're really nervous.
There's two triggers. One's the
And they
overheat
never remember
trigger.
which one is the right one. So they're hitting that overheat trigger because the thing they're shooting at is flying really fast.
Yeah.
or whatever.
exactly. Yeah.
I should mention for the comm specialist, I also have a missile pod defensive turret, which he must have just thrown down when they got here. So that's set up as well. And then for the rest of the fire team, I have the 2 breachers, like I mentioned, and then I have a Pathfinder Shasui, and then I also have just regular Pathfinder Shasla, and then I took a shield drone as well. I don't really know. I feel like the tower kind of in a weird place in Kill Team. And maybe this is true of other forces too, but my time with the Kill Team, I feel like it's a little weird. They don't feel like they do that much damage sometimes.
I feel similarly about Guard.
Yeah, it's the low ballistic
You
skill.
bring like a ton of models, but then they're all hitting on like a 6
Yeah,
with a crappy gun.
and it feels like at the end of the turn, all that mattered was like maybe the 2 plasma guns you brought,
Yeah.
which probably missed.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, they definitely.
yeah, it's for sure that they've missed. Yeah. So it's just it's a weird spot that
Yeah.
these 4+ ballistic skill armies find themselves in. Whereas with like orcs, it's like, oh, they're getting
Always
one
better.
worse.
Yeah.
Like they're used to hitting on 6s and
Yeah.
and they
Right.
can't-
They can only get
one
a little worse.
Yeah. Whereas like, Tau can quickly become significantly worse,
Yeah.
and they need to shoot their guns because they're not orcs in combat. So
No.
it's just tricky. It's just tricky.
Take some crew.
Well,
You didn't like that idea.
I could have taken some crew, but my force is crew. So the Tau, that's the Tau force. It's a 100-point kill team, and that's it.
Very nice.
Some more, right?
Basically. So you want to talk about your kill team, Jordan?
I will talk about them.
You don't want to.
No.
I'm forcing him to. So
Yes.
indentured servitude. You know how it is.
For the greater good.
So I've brought today
Yes.
an Imperial Guard kill team.
Wow.
Okay.
My kill team is also led by my leader, who
This
is.
Yeah.
This is two of us did this.
It's crazy
Yeah.
that you guys would have the same tactic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's bizarre. Anyway.
He's a Tempestor.
Okay.
Tempestor. He has a power sword and a bolt pistol.
Okay.
I was given the power sword, but he sucks in combat. Hits on 4s, it's got maybe 2 attacks,
Mhm.
strength 3, he never does anything.
Cool.
And then he gets killed,
Yeah.
and you've lost your leader.
Yep.
I've also brought, for my other specialist, I've got a Scion Gunner with a plasma gun. He's my sniper specialist.
Mhm.
I've brought an Imperial Guardsman with a flamethrower. He's my demo specialist.
Okay.
And I brought a guy with a Voxcaster, who's my comms specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And then for other stuff, I've got a second Scion with a plasma gun.
Okay.
He's not special.
He's completely ordinary.
And then I brought an even
Couldn't pick him
more,
out of a crowd.
ordinary Scion, who's just a Scion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really.
That's some
choice.
milquetoast unit choice right
But just
there.
wait until you hear what I've brought next. What I've brought next will amaze you.
Okay.
I brought a guardsman.
What?
He's got a las gun.
Oh man.
Wow.
This guy.
And then I doubled it.
Rank and file right there.
I've got a second guardsman.
That's just
las
crazy. That's crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah.
gun.
He said it would amaze you.
It's true.
Yeah.
I didn't read the description of the video.
Yeah.
I've also brought a guardsman sergeant
Mm-hmm.
to fill out that data sheet. I've got the sergeant, I've got some guardsmen, and then I have a couple special weapons gunners. I have a few, not a couple. I have 2 with sniper rifles, and I have 1 with a plasma gun.
Okay.
So I've got 12 models all told. That was probably all just very confusing bungle of guys with stuff.
Sorry.
But yeah, bunch of las guns, couple plasma guns, couple sniper rifles. Sniper rifles, I think, are really, really bad. They never hit. When they do hit,
all you're doing is hoping
wound.
for a miraculous hit
You're
followed by
hoping
a 6.
for a 6. You're hoping for more ones. That's all you're hoping for.
Yeah.
And you won't get it.
Well, you won't get it. You simply won't get it.
Well,
But I
simple-
like the models a lot.
It's because you didn't make your sniper the sniper specialist. He would
Because-
obviously be able to hit.
I know, but the thing is that that rerolling 1s on a guy who's probably hitting
On
on
5s or
5s
6s,
at best
Yeah.
is so bad
Yeah.
that it makes more sense to make your plasma gun guy a sniper so you can reroll 1s and overcharge.
You do at least ignore the -1 to hit at long range,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But you're probably shooting at things in cover.
Everything's in cover.
Everything's always in cover.
He put
Yeah.
tape over the overheat button.
Oh man, that's yeah. All right, and we got cut off there at the end of the intro. Sorry about that. My phone did a funny little thing. But here we are, and we're just rolling off to see who's actually going to go first in this game of Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. That's Jordan's roll.
It's a
He's rolled an 8.
compelling roll.
Compelling roll. Here's Rick's roll. He's rolled an 8. Oh,
Touche.
Interesting. Here comes my roll. It's a 7. Okay. Looks like you guys got to roll off again, and we'll see what happens.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Huh.
There's a huge upset. Let's see what happens. Jordan's rolled a 6.
Stop rolling doubles. I don't like that.
Rick rolled a double.
Taking after.
And here we are at the end of movement phase, turn 1. Jordan, as we saw, won the roll off, and with his movement phase, it appears you've readied everything, Jordan.
Yes.
Everything's been readied.
I've readied everything for 2 reasons.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
1, I wish that this was my real reason, is that the guard are shooting at me, so it made sense to them. The real reason was I actually forgot how the movement phase worked.
Okay.
And I forgot that you couldn't move and charge. So I was like, oh, I better not get too close.
Right.
So now I kind of wish I'd moved something. But there you go.
Okay.
It's been almost 2 months since I played the game.
It's been a little bit. It's been a hot sack.
It looks very thematic. They're all hunkered down.
Yeah.
It does look very thematic with them looking across the table epically at nothing.
That's everything that I want to say.
They're doing some target
hiding.
practice on these cargo containers,
Yep.
not knowing.
Not knowing that behind them are 2 terrifying men.
Yeah. Where they can see some Tau, but
Yes.
and I guess some Poxies as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They're out of range.
They're out of range. Okay. That's great.
Yep.
So that was your move, and then Rick, it went to you.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, what did you do?
So I deployed over here in this region behind this building here. We just kind of popped out of the warp right here.
Right.
Had a little lunch in this area.
And then they popped up.
And then, it was time to go. We smelled some fishies over here in this region. So I just kind of swept my whole force in this direction. I advanced almost everything. These 2 guys were the ones that I actually got the forward deployment in the scouting phase with.
Yep.
So I advanced them to about this point to start.
Yep.
And then I advanced them up to here just to try to block their line of sight, because that's, pretty much the biggest advantage that the Tau have over me right now is just gun line mechanics. So I wanted to try to keep them obscured as much as possible. The Zealot and the Poxwalkers, I also advanced to kind of flank up on the same region.
Okay.
And then I moved my leader specialist, specializing in leading, up behind this canister here.
Okay.
Particularly just to kind of remain out of line of sight with Jordan's ready to gun line over there.
Yep.
And try to get him within some usable range of some of these Tau forces, and the same thing with my regular Plague Marine here.
Okay.
I'm trying to kind of move towards getting near enough to secure this objective without completely exposing myself.
Gotcha. Okay, so that was the completion of Rick's move here with his Death Guard. And then I was the last to move my forces. As you can see, I moved my breachers up against this wall. They have some line of sight, but they're out of range of any targets probably over there for the Death Guard. Since he advanced and those are melee units, I wasn't too worried about being in the open against those units. Really, I was just trying to get them forward on the table and also give them cover against the guard and any shooty elements of Rick's army. And then I readied this fire warrior and this turret up here, and the drone was ready as well. That doesn't really matter. I moved my heavy specialist, the stealth suit, up here, and then down here my leader moved behind that block there, and then the pathfinder that's right there readied, and the fire warrior on this side readied as well, and then over here the sniper specialist and the comm specialist readied together. So hopefully I'll be able to get some shooting done in the upcoming phase. But yeah, that was my movement, and now we will move on to the beginning of the shooting phase coming up. And we are back at the beginning of the shooting phase. Jordan, you won the initiative and you've readied everything. So we'll begin with one of your models firing now.
I'll fire with one of my models now.
Which would it be?
I'm going to fire with this one model.
Okay, what's that?
That's a man with a sniper rifle.
Yep, it is that.
He is going to fire his sniper rifle at that Tau. Is that a fire warrior over there up on the
balcony there?
On the balcony?
It is a fire warrior.
He's going to fire at that fire warrior there up on the balcony.
Okay. Go for it.
He missed.
He did miss. He needed a 5 because he was in cover.
Yes, he did.
Despite the range. And with the next portion of the shooting phase, I'm going to fire my first ready model. This Pathfinder is going to fire his marker light at the Zealot Specialist that Rick has hidden behind those crates.
Not well enough, apparently.
Not well enough. So I think he is within half range. The marker light has a long range.
My God.
But he is behind cover, so I'll be hitting on 5s. And we'll see if I hit. Yeah. That's as cocked as it gets. Right in that terrain piece. It's a 3. I miss. And back over to Jordan's side with his next ready model.
I'm going to fire my other man with sniper rifle.
Okay.
But my comm specialist, since there's nothing else useful to use his ability on, will use his thing where you can reroll 1s.
Yep.
I'll grant that to this guy.
Okay.
And then I will roll a 4 and miss and not be able to reroll it.
Is he firing at the same?
He's going to fire at the same fish man.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a 1. You get to reroll it.
I'll reroll that to a 3.
To a 3? You got it. And now my sniper specialist, who is also readied, the comm specialist is going to give him his comms buff, which actually adds 1 to hit rolls. We just realized when we were filming earlier for the guard, the sniper who we re-rolled his 1 to a 3, it would have just been a 1 and then a miss. So that was the entirety of that round. Jordan's actually now out of range or line of sight with everything else he has. So his shooting is over. So we're going to just do all of my readied models at this point, and then we'll go back and forth as is needed. But yeah, now continuing with this. This sniper is going to fire again with the Zealot Specialist. I'm going to spend 1 CP to use the sniper's ability. So I'm going to add 1 to his hit roll, which would make him a 3, and then I'm going to add another 1 with the comm specialist right next to him, which will turn his hit roll to a 2, and he'll be rerolling 1s because he's a sniper. However, he's firing at something that is over half the distance away, and it's in cover. So that goes back to a 4 to hit, rerolling 1s. So I will try to do that now with his rapid fire 1 weapon, but it's over half range, so 1 shot. Roll a 1. See if I can change that into anything else at all.
Like a 3.
Tasty. I like that.
Alright, and the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to fire this missile pod turret at that regular plague marine there. I think this is going to be one of the only times this happens where the shot is within half range and there's no cover.
My God.
It's just an open shot there, that guy.
The perfect storm.
The perfect organism. So I'm going to roll 4s to hit with the 2-shot missile pod against that marine.
Oh God.
I've hit twice. It's strength 7. I wound on 3s. I wounded once. I might use a CP to reroll that. I'm going to use a CP to reroll that. It's 2 wounds. AP -1.
Okay. 2 foe ups.
Yep.
Okay. Well.
So you failed 1. It's D3 damage, so I'll roll that now. 2 damage. So roll 2 disgusting resilience.
Oh, I thought I was gonna.
So close.
So close.
Okay, so you failed 1 damage he's gotten through. That means because he's in the open, a 4-up will kill him. But on a 1 to 3, he just takes a flesh wound.
Perfect.
Roll a 1.
Worked out just how I planned it.
That's weird.
And with the next shooting, I will fire this fire warrior who's ready at the now flesh wounded space marine up there, the plague marine. And again, it's within half range and he's not in cover. So I'll be hitting just on my regular 4s to hit. Strength 5 will be wounding on 4s. And then we'll see if that even happens. I've hit once. That's another 1 I've rolled. And this fire warrior now is going to fire at that same guy, really laying it on here, just to try to do anything. So I'm going to fire 1 shot. I'm over half range. And he is actually obscured from their weird line of sight around that building to see him. So this will be hitting on 6, which he misses. And then the last readied model in my kill team, the comm specialist is going to fire his pulse rifle at the zealot specialist. I'm out of half range, so 1 shot hitting on 6s.
So he doesn't even have his rifle in his hands.
That's probably why he missed. And now we move on to Rick's first model, because since all of his models moved, now he's beginning his shooting here. And Rick, what are you doing first?
So we're going to be lining up our demo specialist here on this sniper specialist back here.
Okay.
He's caught him off guard. You can see he's not even prepared.
No,
he's got it up.
He's resting his weapon on that crate.
Yeah.
He's really just having a chill time.
Our demo man over here saw that opening,
right,
and decided to act on it.
Yeah.
With his blight launcher. So he's going to fling some snot balls at him.
Okay.
From long distance. We're just about at maximum range. So he's going to be hitting at 4's maximum range. He's obscured, so we're at 5s.
Okay.
So 2 shots.
Yep. Launching that blight.
Yeah, and actually, now that I say that, he would have been hitting on 6s because he advanced. So
that's
either
true.
way,
He did advance.
But that's far from 6s. Yeah.
Yep. Now on my models that have moved, not ready but can still fire. This stealth suit has moved up here from down on the ground over here, but he didn't advance, and he's going to fire now at that flesh-wounded plague marine down there. He is over half range, but he's not obscured. So I'll be hitting on 5s with this burst cannon. It's 4 shots. I've hit once. And it's going to be 4s to wound. It is a wound.
Rude.
There's no minus, so you do get your full 3-up save.
Tough little boy coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
See, look how tough he is.
He's failed. Now you get your 5-up feel no pain, or disgusting resilience save.
This will be easy.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at how easy that was.
You made it. It's as easy as failing that armor save was.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. It was just some hamburger meat flew off of him.
Now that the stealth suit here has fired at that plague marine, he's now doing some return fire on everything that's been shooting him. He's going to fire back specifically at the missile pod here, the turret.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
He didn't like that at all. So So, one shot, is he over half range?
Yeah, he's outside of rapid fire range.
And it's obscured,
yeah.
so we're hitting our 5s with the one shot.
Oh, he's done it.
And it's a hit anyway. Strength 4 against toughness 3 on the turret, so you'd be wounding on 3s.
He hasn't done it. I thought he had.
It's as easy as hitting is failing that wound. And the next, and it looks like final thing that I can do in the shooting phase, my leader here is going to fire a round off into that Zealot Specialist as well. He is over half range and obscured, so I'm hitting on 6s. That's a hit. Strength 5 against toughness 5, and 4 wound. That's another 1. Really something with these ones
unique
here.
for you.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. At least a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And now it looks like we are at the end of the shooting phase. The final unit here on the table that can do anything is Rick's leader with the plasma gun. What are you firing at, Rick?
He's going to take a final swing at this missile pod because I don't like the...
You just don't like it.
No, I don't.
You don't like that D3 damage, you don't like that AP1, you don't like that high strength.
No, I
You
don't
like
really...
the 2 shots.
I don't really like the stealth suit either.
Well,
but
the 2 shots are alright.
Yeah, I mean, he might like that. I don't like that.
I'm a fan of all of it, personally,
Yeah.
but it sounds like we have differing tastes on this matter.
We'll agree to disagree.
Okay, alright. So what are you going to do about it?
Well, my leader, my specialist,
Yeah.
he's a leader and a specialist.
He specializes in leading this team.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be firing his plasma gun.
Okay.
Overcharge! Overcharge!
Yeah, Jordan would love that. So we're at half range, outside of half range, so it's only going to be 1 shot.
Yep.
He's obscured,
Yep.
so we're going to be hitting on 5s again.
Yep.
Feels great.
Feels great, man. You've missed.
Strong.
And now we are going to roll to see who goes first next turn, rolling initiative. Jordan is just like so ready to go, so I'm going to roll his dice.
Oh, okay.
To 10, Rick. A 4.
It's mathematically less than 10.
It is. It's I think it's a few less than 10.
Yep.
And I roll a 7. So it's going to be Jordan, me, and then Rick coming up next. And we're back at the end of the movement phase, turn 2. Jordan won the roll off here. Jordan, you want to go over what you did real quick?
Yes, I moved many of my men. Some of them have gone here, behind these crates.
It's true. They have.
Others of them have gone here, into this cover.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the men who were in this cover have gone onto this bunker.
Yep.
And these 2 guardsmen with sniper rifles have readied.
Okay. And that was it for you?
That was it for me.
Okay. And then going over to my team, my kill team here.
That was really, really good.
These things ready. They stayed readied up here. And then down here, we have everything ready in this back line here. As you can see, none of this stuff moved. Over here, these 2 breachers that are hugging the side of that building, they came around the corner. At a certain point, they're going to have to just try to get into range of something and not get charged by that thing, which is going to be a tricky proposition for something like Tau when you're fighting something like Death Guard, who probably want to just get in the fight. And then maybe the boldest move I did, my stealth suit moved down from here, flew down into behind that cover there. Hopefully that will put him at a -2 to hit still for most things. But yeah, that was my movement. And then Rick, you want to go over what you did?
Yeah, so I popped my heavy specialist and my demolition specialist up here.
Yep.
Just staring right down at this trash can here.
Yes,
that
they
also
are.
happens to fire missiles.
Yes.
And just some juicy targets here.
There
that
are some juicy targets
within
there.
half range.
Yep.
And I scuttled my my hand-to-hand brigade up here.
Yep.
And then finally, I moved my Plague Marine, just a normal gunner, up here. Tried to kind of tuck him into this little storage container to keep him out of line of sight of these guys here, but still maybe be able to get some pop shots off on the stealth suit and these targets up here. And my leader specialist, who specializes in leading,
he does.
from the back. I just scooted him up a little bit so he could get in line of sight. I wanted to keep him out of line of sight of, here, let me just move that building in the shot there.
Yeah.
out of line of sight of Jordan's gun line over here.
Okay.
And keep him, again, obscured from most of the stuff over here, but I wanted to get him in rapid fire range with his plasma on the stealth suit, which I've succeeded in doing. And that's about it.
Okay. There we go. So that was the end of the movement phase, and now we will go into the beginning of the shooting phase. And we're back at the beginning of the shooting phase. Turn 2, Jordan, you want to go over what you're doing here with your first readied model?
Yes. I'm going to use my comm specialist correctly this time. He's going to add +1
to the hit
rolls of this guardsman with a sniper rifle.
Okay.
Who will also be under the influence of the tank aim order from my leader.
Whoa.
Which will allow him to reroll 1s.
It will.
And then he's going to fire
straight into the air.
Hitting accurately.
He's
cumulonimbus.
He's going to fire at your stealth suit.
Oh, interesting.
So if I've done my calculations correctly, he'll need a 5.
He'll need a 5.
With the
-1
to
for the stealth, -1 for being behind the thing, then +1 for the comm specialist.
Yep.
And then re-rolling 1s.
Re-rolling 1s.
All right.
This is his best shot.
This is his best shot he'll ever get.
He just needs a 5.
Yeah. Highly skilled marksman. Only needs a 5.
Here he goes.
It's a 1-in-3 chance.
Yep. That's most snipers.
Strong odds.
Don't ever shoot that well.
Yep.
He's missed.
All right, and back to the next ready model. I'm going to choose my sniper specialist again. He's going to fire at Rick's leader specialist.
Thank you.
Specializes in leading.
Yeah.
I'll make a point.
Please respect
the title. I'll respect his specialization. He's probably got a doctorate in leading.
Yeah, he's got a lot of debt that he's got to pay.
Yeah, he's got to pay off. He really would appreciate
the least you can do.
Yeah. Just call him a specialist. So I'm going to fire. He's over half range from the railgun. I'm going to use the comm specialist ability as well, though. Basically, just similar to what Jordan just did. I'm going to add 1 to his hit rolls. I'm going to spend 1 CP to add another to his hit rolls. So this is going to bring him again from hitting on 6s to hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s because he's a sniper specialist. And let's see what happens. I've hit. Now it's strength 6. I need 3s to wound, and a 6 will be a mortal wound in addition to the normal damage.
No.
Not like this.
It's a 5. And it's AP -4, so you don't get a save. Now I will roll for the damage, which is D3. It's 2. So you roll 2 disgustingly resilient rolls.
Easiest thing I've ever rolled. See, just like that. The easiest thing I've ever rolled in a game of Warhammer. Kill team.
And we are back to the next ready model that Jordan has. Jordan, what would that be?
That's my other guardsman with a sniper rifle.
All right, where is he?
He's here.
He's right there.
Yes.
Okay. Is this your actual sniper?
No, confusingly, my sniper has a plasma gun.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Or my 2 snipers aren't snipers.
They're snipers. That must be why they're not hitting.
Yes.
Yeah. They're carrying the wrong weapon.
Correct.
All right.
They should have brought their plasma guns.
Yeah. They'd be hitting with deadly accuracy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you gonna do?
He's gonna fire at your stealth suit again.
Oh, fun.
He just needs a 6.
Yep.
It's not a problem for a man like him.
Okay. Oh! Truly isn't. Now he needs a 4 to wound. Is it strength 4 or is it strength 3 sniper rifle?
I don't know.
Let's just roll and then we can check on it.
Damn it.
That's a wound.
It's a wound no matter what. Now I'm gonna roll save. It's no minus, right?
No. Sniper rifle.
Of course not. I get a 3-up save.
Nice rolling, dude.
Get a 3-up save. Well, he's taking a wound. He's down to 1 wound. All right, and for my next ready model, I'm going to fire the missile turret there at Rick's. Is it the heavy specialist? The one with the blight launcher. What is that?
That's the demo specialist.
Oh, that's the demo specialist. Okay. I'm going to fire at the demo specialist with the missile pod. Let's see what happens. I've missed twice.
Oh, heavens, no.
And the next thing I'm going to do here is fire with this Pathfinder here on the end. He's going to fire his marker light, and I think I'm going to fire it at the... I think I'm going to fire it at the Poxwalker that is under that ladder there.
That's rude.
See what happens. I've hit! I've hit! I'm actually going to use a stratagem now to turn that hit into D3 plus 1 hits instead of 1 marker light hit. Alright, it becomes the full 4 on that Poxwalker. That's cool.
He's lit.
He lit up. He lit AF. And now the leader is going to fire at that same Poxwalker that's fully lit up. So he's adding 2 to the hit roll, but he's minusing 1 because he's obscured. But he is within half range. So he would be naturally 4s, which means it's becoming 3s, rerolling 1s. Hit twice. Strength 5, so I'm moving on 3s. It's 1 wound. That's 2 wounds. So you don't get a save, right?
Right, but I get
You get your 5 up, disgustingly resilient.
which I've proven
You can just do it. It's easy.
so easy. See, there's a 5, which is...
Combined makes 1 5.
So no damage goes
Right,
through.
no damage. That's exactly how the game doesn't work. So now we roll damage. He's obscured, so it takes a 5 up now to kill him. It's not that, so he takes a flesh wound instead. And then I'm just going to move right on to the next fire warrior over is going to fire at him. He actually he can't see him. He's totally obscured. I'll fire him with this guy over here. That's the comm specialist. He's out of half range, so I get 1 shot. Hitting on at this range, it would be 4s with the marker light bonus. He does miss, and cool. So now I'm going to fire with the last readied model. Actually, I have 2 ready models. This guy now is going to fire at this guy who's in the crate there, the regular bolter boy. Let's see if he gets any hits. It's going to be hitting on 6s, 5s at this range. He does hit. He does wound. Sorry, he is over half range. I would have been hitting on 6s, but I did hit. I got a 6, and I wounded him with a 3. Oh, 3 up. Would have been 5. Roll 3 5. Roll your
Nice
armor save.
Any minus?
Nope.
Okay.
You failed that. Now
This is why you take Space Marines, because they've got that good armor
they got
save.
that great power armor. Ceramite, one of the most indestructible materials in the galaxy. Roll that disgusting resilient. Your armor save failed.
Easy.
Once again,
friends.
It proves the flesh is mightier than the armor.
Yeah.
Some terrible piece of him is sloughed off, and now he's still just fine.
Perfectly fine. Easy.
Last ready model, this fire warrior here, up here, is now going to fire at him as well. And within half range, is he obscured from there? I don't know. What do you think? It looks like he probably is a little bit. If any of them is obscured, he's obscured. So, hitting on 5s. I've rolled 2 4s. This would have hit in any other circumstance where there are no modifiers, but there were modifiers and I didn't hit him.
Interesting choice.
And now that I've done nothing with almost all of my models, it's time for Jordan to fire with his first unreadied model. What will you be doing, Jordan?
I'm going to fire with my Imperial Guardsman with plasma gun at your breacher who is on objective 2 physically.
Okay.
I believe I'll need a 6.
Yeah, that makes sense at that range with the Yep. You've rolled up very close to a 6.
I missed.
But it is a miss.
I missed.
And now my stealth suit here is going to fire just at that closest Plague Marine there. He is in cover, so it's -1 to hit. I'll be hitting him on 5s. If it once. Again, strength 5 against toughness 5. I need a 4 to wound. That's a failed wound right there. And now we're moving on to Rick's first unreadied model. going to be this Marine here, you've said, into the stealth suit.
Correct.
So it's at -1 to hit for being obscured, -2 for the stealth suit tech. So you're hitting on 5s, you are within rapid fire range, and you're ignoring that first flesh wound because of transhuman physiology.
I failed to hit.
That's
unfortunately.
what you did. You failed to.
Those aren't hits, folks.
Not even one. Jordan's ready, everyone. Jordan.
I'm going to fire this Scion with plasma gun at that stealth suit
Okay.
with plasma gun.
So personal.
So he needs a 6.
Yep.
Here goes.
Here goes.
He missed.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
And now the next model I moved that has not been ready, I'm going to fire the Breacher that's standing on objective 2, or I guess crouching there. He's going to fire at this lit up Poxwalker under here. He's just in range.
He's just a regular old party on this guy.
He really is. He is obscured, so I will be hitting on 3s over half range. Let me see. He's -2. I'll be hitting on 4s because I'm adding 2 to the shot with the with all the benefits of the marker lights, rerolling 1s. There we go. I rolled 1 hit, and then it's strength 4, so 3s to wound.
That Poxwalker is just made of tougher stuff. That's why you pay for them.
I think what it is, Rick, isn't that. It's that my Tau can't shoot.
They brought the training rounds.
Yeah, I think they just brought not live fire rounds.
The beanbag rounds.
Yeah, those beanbag shotties they got over there. It's paying off for him this game, as you can see. I've caused a flurry of flesh wounds on your models that have currently none of which have been taken out of action. The next round of fire is going to be the leader with his plasma gun into the stealth suit here. Rick?
Okay. So he is in rapid fire range. So you're normally hitting on 3s, but he is obscured, which puts it to 4s, and he's a stealth suit, so the -1, so he's going to be hitting on 5s.
And are you overcharging?
Overcharge!
I will not be.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Jordan.
Okay.
This is going to be on 5s.
Yep.
Ooh, we have one. We have 1.
So your strength 7 on 3s would have been 2s if you overcharged, but
yeah, I know. I never have good luck with that,
Coward.
You know. We've done it, folks.
It's a wound. -3. I get a 6-up save here. That's a 4.
I saw it for a hot second.
It's different than a 6. Alright, that's his final wound, so you get to roll your damage now. On a 5-up, he's killed. Anything else, he lives.
Okay, let's see it. Big winner. Ooh.
Close, but he's taken a flesh wound, and he lives to fail to hit anything another day.
Yeah.
Alright, we're back. Rick is opening fire with his next unready models. It's going to be the Blight Launcher Marine here. He's going to be firing into... he's splitting his fire, actually. Firing 1 shot into the turret, you said?
Yeah, the trash can.
Or the trash can, right? Yeah. And the other shot into the fire warrior that is manning the trash can. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, so he has 2 shots.
Yep, he has no minuses at this range. You should roll them separately though, because of...
Right. Okay.
So what's this one for?
So this one will be on the trash can first.
Okay.
So we're going for 3s here.
Yeah.
I've missed.
That's a 2. You've missed.
Okay.
That's a miss. It's a miss, everyone.
It's part of the plan, though.
Oh, okay. Slanesh is here as well as Nurgle. Interesting.
So let's roll this next one up.
I mean, Siege. Yep. Go ahead.
There we go.
That's a hit. You've hit the boy. You've hit my boy.
Yes.
Okay. And then roll to wound. Your strength 6 and
6.
2s to wound. You reroll 1s. It's a plague weapon.
Reroll
Reroll 1s because it's a plague weapon.
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah.
You could still roll a 1.
We know what happens here.
Well, when you re-roll,
the rule is to re-roll a 1
again.
Yeah.
Re-roll
exactly.
that 1.
You know how that works. Oh, well, I've failed to roll 1 again, but I have wounded. So.
You have wounded. And it's AP -2? Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I would either have a 6-up save or I could put a mortal wound on that shield drone.
Tank it.
I think. What do I do?
I think you put a mortal wound.
I think I put a mortal wound on the shield drone.
Yeah.
I think I have to do it. Unlike in 40k, I didn't see a rule where the shield drone gets a 5-up film of pain unless it's been FAQ. It's not in the rule book. So I'm just gonna plink him right off the table there. He doesn't give us anyone save.
It's unfortunate.
That's the end of him, but that's also the end of your shooting with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Do you have any other shooting?
I don't. I don't have any other shooting.
You want to roll right into?
We can roll right into that.
Our heavy man here.
Yep.
So our heavy specialist.
Yep.
We're gonna put that shot into the trash can with missiles.
Okay.
And so it's just a single shot
Yep.
with the melt-a-gun.
Yep.
We're going to be hitting on 3s. So
You're inside 6 inches. Did you measure?
Should be. I thought I did that when I came to the top.
I know it's a small distance, but that's also a very short range for a gun. Yeah, looks like you're in. Okay.
Okay, so
hitting on 3s.
3 ups. Easy to roll a 2, as I've demonstrated.
rolled a 2.
I'm putting on a clinic on how to roll 2s, guys.
Well, I might have you beat there, Rick. I'm
True.
not sure. But, okay, so he's missed. Thank goodness for me. And what's next for shooting? Or do we have any shooting left?
I think that's actually it.
Okay. So looks like that's it for shooting. No one made combat, and no one's been killed, so morale doesn't need to happen. A very eventful game. 2 turns down, and no models have been removed.
Is that shield drone?
Except the shield drone that was just removed.
Let's not discount the amazing shooting
Right.
from this demolitions
Yeah,
specialist.
successfully killed that artificial intelligence drone there.
Well, that was rude.
The heresy of the Tau Empire. Their machine minds. There aren't even machine spirits in there. It's heretical.
They're just experimenting, you know?
Yep.
You just gotta pull a little bit of that bad snot on everything and see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so that's the end of the turn, and then we will roll off for initiative for turn 3. And here we are, rolling initiative for turn 3. Jordan, you want to go first?
Ooh, that's a spicy roll right there.
I can't see what you've rolled.
It's got a 9.
It's a 9. That's
Tricky
numbers.
math?
Yep, tricky math. Roll your dice, sir.
That's a 5.
Lower than a 9, mathematically. I know how to count. I know how to count.
Ooh,
Okay.
Spicy.
Okay. These dice purchased from Tabletop Tactics website, if you'd like to contribute to their...
If only those 6s were for
funds.
something that really mattered.
Yeah, if only I could roll 6s any other time in this game, maybe something would have happened by now. Alright, coming back at the end of the movement phase, turn 3. Alright, and we're back at the end of the movement phase, turn 3. As you can see, a lot's happened here. Lots happened. Maybe some of the first stuff to happen, period, in this game is about to happen. It's been very uneventful up to this point, but it's looking like things might change. We have over here, I did win the initiative phase, so we can see, I'll just say what I did. I readied these guys. As you can see, that really doesn't matter anymore. I readied this stealth suit as well, but Rick charged him with a number of things, which we will cover in Rick's portion of the movement phase here. I fired a lot of greater good Overwatch, stuff like that. Nothing came of it. We would have filmed it if anything happened, but nothing happened. Most of my models are tied up at this point, so my movement phase doesn't matter a whole lot. Basically, I just have these 2 readied models back here. I have these 2 models that moved. The stealth suit is now in combat. Both breachers have been engaged by that Poxwalker, and this Fire Warrior and his gun trash can have been assaulted by this Plague Marine. So basically, most of my army is tied up. Most of my kill team is tied up. Oh, I have this Pathfinder too, who is also readied.
He's just doing some work on that piece of Mechanicus gear there.
Yeah, he's just checking the end of the plumbing on that
adjusting some valves
on this tower here.
He forgot that there's a war going on.
He's been doing his own thing. He did get the miraculous 4 marker light points on that Poxwalker last turn, which led to nothing. But yeah, so that was that. That was my kill team. Jordan, what did your kill team do in the movement phase of turn 3?
So in the movement phase of turn 3,
yes,
my kill team moved.
As per the rules of Warhammer 40,000 kill team. Did you break?
I moved in a complete violation of the rules.
Oh, well that's...
He didn't want you in the room, that's why.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure, I left the room for a moment.
Yep.
It appears Jordan's done some light cheating.
Yes. I moved, the way I cheated was, I moved them all the proper distances.
Yep.
But in my head, I was pretending they all had the fly keyword.
Okay.
I didn't move them as if they did.
Right. But it was a thought.
I believed it.
Right.
When I was doing it.
Yeah. You believed you could cheat.
I believed I could fly.
That's exactly right. You believed you could touch the sky.
Well, no.
He thinks about it every night and day.
I don't. Okay.
So, what did you actually do here then?
I moved in accordance.
In accordance with the rules.
Yeah. For the kill team.
Thank you for being honest.
And where it looks like
2018 by
most everything has moved. It looks like.
Yeah, I moved. So this guy stayed stationary. He is ready. Allow me to put a token.
Okay. So
this guy moved from over here to over here.
Okay.
A bunch of these guys advanced.
Yes.
They're all over there now.
Yep.
This guy advanced out of here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy advanced from over here. This guy just regular moved. This guy hopped up on the bunker. This guy advanced all the way over here.
Yeah,
he's trying to get a little sneak in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it.
Okay. And the two snipers.
They're ready.
Jordan's getting into this game, folks.
It looks like Jordan may become a participant in turn 3.
I'm just waiting to see who survives this bloodbath.
And then you're gonna just kill the victor.
And then I'm going to strategically withdraw.
With strategic withdrawal in turn 3.
Yes.
At the end of this turn. As you're wont to do.
Yes.
All right. So that's the end of Jordan's movement. And then, Rick, what did you do? I think we got over a little bit.
We had a lot of stuff happen over here.
Yeah.
So,
Rick's assumed that I'm the only other player in this game.
Well, I just couldn't see any of these men, and Mortarian, he'd never tried sushi before.
Okay.
He's like, let's get in.
He's a little into the fish man.
Yeah, so let's try this out. Let's
expand the palette.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, I applaud him.
Yeah.
So I charged pretty much all the hand-to-hand brigade here.
Yep.
I did actually make a successful charge. I needed an 11. I got that with my zealot, but Eric retreated. He did fire for the greater good. Luckily, he didn't get hit by anything.
Didn't do anything.
Eric has unfortunately just been rolling the way he's been rolling the whole game. I'm so sorry for you.
It's all right. It's all right.
I then also made another amazing charge with my Poxwalker from all the way back here. I needed an 11. I made it.
Yep.
These guys had already fired Overwatch for the greater good, so
they couldn't do it again.
So they couldn't do it again. I also I had that Plague Marine, just the vanilla Plague Marine that was back here, because he had already retreated from the Zealot. I knew he couldn't fall back any further, so I charged him out to get him locked up. This guy already had a flesh wound. I figured this would be the best way that I could use him. Mm-hmm. So then moving up here on top of a little catwalk.
All kinds of cheese.
So much cheese up here. Yeah. I charged, or I did a multi-charge with my my heavy specialist here to get these two targets locked up, so I wouldn't have to worry about taking any withering fire from them. And then I just moved my demolitions specialist up here so he could get some shots down on the rest of the targets that weren't tied up in combat.
Yep.
And then I just actually I meant to ready him because I didn't do anything with him.
But you've got a readied leader specialist.
My specialized ready man.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, I want to keep him here just in the event that the game does end. He'll be within 3 inches of this objective, and in case, see this little guy, he's just sneaking right up here.
I do see.
I figured, let's see if we can, get a little plague, on Jordan's mans.
One guardsman, I believe, could bring down an entire plague host.
It's true.
It's been done before.
It's been done before, I'm sure. So
yeah, that was my movement.
Yeah. All right. So that was the movement phase for all three of us. I'm in some interesting water here. Deep may even be
Some trash
the
water.
type, some trashy deep water.
What's with you in the water today?
Well, it's
There's no water.
the fish crave the water,
There's no water.
and that's why they're also sort of a desertous people. Tau, an interesting.
Turn off the camera.
Okay, so we're at the opening of the shooting phase, and Jordan has declared a couple of stratagems right off the bat.
I have.
What'd you do, Jordan?
I'm going to decisively shoot with my flame-throwing demolition specialist,
Okay.
who will also use the special ammo, whatever stratagem, to get +1 to wound.
Okay. So
Sounds
he's,
like cheating.
he's actually adding 2 to his wound then,
Yes.
is that right?
Against, because it's an obscured target.
Yes.
So let's determine the number of shots he will shoot.
With his
Nice
flame.
low roll.
It's a 3.
Okay. Middle of the road then.
I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
So we're looking for 3s.
3 is to wound, yep.
Oh no!
It's a good. I only invested 3 command points.
Only 3 CP to get those.
I'm gonna head home.
Okay.
I head home.
Yeah.
Bye, Jordan. All right. So after that wonderful fiasco of
Exciting.
Jordan's 3 CP spent for 0 result, I'm going to now fire my sniper specialist using the comm specialist to boost his ballistics or his 1 to hit rolls. He's gonna also use the 1 CP to add another 1 to his hit rolls. So he'll be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because he's a sniper. And I'm going to fire at that big boy right there with the flail of corruption. And within half range.
Are you sure you haven't? See, you could.
What do you,
This guy is in line of sight. You could just shoot your own
I could
man
just shoot
in the
my
back.
own man?
Yeah, right in the back.
That's really,
shoot my
really
leader
good.
specialist and interesting. I'm interested in it. I'm gonna do what I said.
Okay.
So I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s against that guy. See what happens. Roll 2 1s. I re-roll those. Those are 6 and a 2. I have hit twice now. Gets 3s to wound, strength 6 against toughness 5. 6s will be mortal wounds in addition. They're both wounds, no mortal wounds. And they're AP -4, so he doesn't get a save. It's D3 damage. Let's see what I do. It's 2. You get 2 disgustingly resilient saves.
I've done this before.
You've done. It's really no problem. It's been proven.
For somebody so disgustingly resilient.
Yeah, the game is trying to make it so that nothing changes.
And we will see to it that continues to be the case.
So let's just see what happens. No, you failed.
Uh-oh.
It only matters that you failed 1, though. So let's just see what happens. He is in the open, so 4 up would kill him.
Oh boy.
Let's see if I can do anything in this game. It's
No.
3. I'm gonna use a CP to reroll it.
Using command point.
Using CP to reroll it. It's a 3.
Yeah, you reroll
I
3
reroll
with
3.
3. You
I
reroll the
love this game. I love this game. Okay, and Jordan is now firing his first ready model.
My guardsman with sniper rifle
Yep.
is going to fire at the plague marine with melt-a-gun.
Okay, the guy that's in combat
In combat.
with my fire warrior.
Very interesting.
An interesting thing. We didn't see any reason you can't do that. So
We didn't see any reason. Don't correct us if we're wrong, because I need this.
I need this, everyone.
I'm going now to roll a die
Okay.
to see
1 die.
if I hit.
Yes.
I believe that I need a 5 to hit.
That
Because
sounds
he's
right.
Obscured,
He's obscured.
and he's got a sniper rifle.
Yes, so he's ignoring the range.
Okay.
Go for it.
Oh
It's
god.
a 6.
It's a 6.
Jordan
He's
knows
hit.
how to hit. That sniper deserves commendation.
But can he wound?
Strength 3, you need 5 to wound.
I think it's strength 4, but don't I
is
still
strength
need a
4?
5?
You still need a 5.
I don't know what strength it is. It doesn't
You
matter.
need a 5.
I've rolled a 4.
Roll a 4. That's not what you
It wasn't what I wanted.
And that's
It wasn't what I wanted.
that.
The heavy specialist felt something plink his armor. He didn't know where it came from.
He went, what is that? It couldn't have been this useless little man
No,
who doesn't know how to hurt people in close combat or otherwise.
he thinks it is though, so he's even more pissed.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And the next readied model in sequence is Rick's leader specialist.
Thank you.
With the plasma gun. You're firing at the
The old flambe man
The
demo.
boy who fired at you and spent 3 CPU. Jordan's hard-earned money, and it just didn't
3 CPU
didn't
work.
do anything.
Yeah.
Now let's see if Rick can add insult to injury and murder him.
All right, so he is in rapid fire range.
But he's obscured, so 4 is to hit?
Yep.
Okay. That's a
You
1.
got 1 hit. It's a 5.
That's 1 hit.
Okay,
And
so
then
strength 7.
You need 2 to wound.
Easy peasy, folks. Just like that, you
And
can
you've
roll
rolled
1.
a
I am
1.
actually going to use a CP.
All right.
Roll that.
Gotta roll- you-
Because something needs to happen in this game.
This man has now caused the spending of 4 CP.
regardless of who the CP are coming from, he's spent 4 of our CP.
Okay, so now we're going to roll a 2 up.
Okay.
There we go. That's a 4.
There it is.
It's -3. Jordan gets no save,
I get no save.
but it's 1 damage. So you roll your damage roll, and a 5 up, he's killed because he's in cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. That's a
That's
1.
Another 1.
That's a 1.
We're rolling 1s like they're going out of style.
Now I'm assuming I can't use CP to reroll that
You've
result.
used a CP
Yeah, so.
this phase, yeah. So okay, so that guy's taking a flesh wound. I didn't record it earlier, but the zealot took a flesh wound as well. Of course, that doesn't matter yet because he's a space marine. But there's that, and now we'd go on to my next readied model, which is there's really I don't got a lot going on now at this point. I guess I'm gonna have this Pathfinder.
He's going to take a break from working on
He's going to take a break. He's going to put the wrench down, and he's going to take a couple of shots at this flesh-wounded Poxwalker here. He is in half range, and he's out in the open, so I'm hitting on 4s.
Ooh,
That's
okay,
I rolled a 6 there. So now it's strength 5. I need a 3 to wound. 6.
Okay.
You don't get a save. You do get a 5 up disgusting and resilient. So why don't you just roll that, Rick?
I'm just going to do that right here.
Just
so
do it over
makes
here.
easier for you.
You rolled
Ooh.
a 4. All right. He's taken another. Let's see what kind of wound it is. I add 1 to this roll, so on a 3 up now, he will be killed because he's already taken 1. Let's see if I can roll a 2. I've rolled a 4. He's dead. I've killed something.
Congratulations.
I've killed something.
This is incredible.
A Poxwalker has been taken out of action.
In a stunning turn of
In a
events.
stunning turn of
Something
events.
happened.
Something has happened in this game.
This is incredible.
This
folks.
is. I don't know what to do.
It only took 3 turns.
I feel weird. And we're back. Jordan is now firing his second readied model.
Hey everyone.
It's a sniper,
It's another guardsman with sniper.
Mr.
rifle.
Snipper.
He's going to fire
Yep,
at the Plague Marine with a melta gun.
the same
I
guy.
don't like that, Jordan.
He needs a
ones-
5 to hit.
Oh, he needs a 5.
That's a good spot. What is it?
It's a 1. He's rolled a 1.
That's common in
as
this
we
game.
are wont to do. Another 1 has been rolled, and I think for the second time today, Jordan's attempted to leave. At this point, though, the closet door is closed. Jordan can't hide. The light is shining directly on him, and he's in pain, and we see it. Okay, and my last model to fire that is readied is going to be the comms specialist, firing also into that now flesh-wounded zealot. He's out in the open. I'm within half range. I'm hitting on 4s. I've rolled a 2 and a 1. I do absolutely nothing. All right, and the last readied model, I believe,
I think so.
is Jordan's plasma gunner over here.
Plasma man.
Plasma man. Let's see what happens.
Plasma Man is going to shoot at this guy. You can see his stupid shoulder.
The zealot?
Yep.
Okay.
He's going to shoot. He needs a 5.
So you
I believe.
overcharge?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Here it goes.
Yep.
It's a 3.
So 3. He's missed.
It's a 3.
Okay, and now we're going into the unreadied models in the shooting phase. I'm going to start with my leader here, firing as well at the zealot. I should have said before, the combat specialist would have had a -1 to hit because of the leader being in the way of the zealot. But the leader truly doesn't have anything blocking, so I'm hitting on 4s now against him. Hit once. Went on 4. That's a wound. You get a 3-up save.
Let me show you. I've made a lot of armor saves today.
Yeah.
So let me show you how this is done.
Yeah.
Easy 3-up, boys and girls.
Okay.
Oh!
It's a 3.
Okay.
It's a 3. All right, and we are back. Jordan, you have an unready model that you're ready to fire with. What is it?
Yes, I'm going to fire. I'm going to issue the order that allows the guy who advanced to fire.
Okay.
And then I will fire with my sniper specialist who advanced and has a plasma gun. He's going to fire at Rick's Zealot.
Okay, the Zealot's taking a lot of fire.
It's one shot.
Yep.
It's, I need a 5-up.
You need a 5-up. Can he do it?
He hasn't done it.
And we go to the next unready model to fire, which would be Rick's Blight Launcher equipped Plague Marine.
Wow, nice.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Now you're splitting your fire.
Yes, so I'm going to put one shot on the leader,
Yep.
which will be within half range.
Okay.
So we won't be at any minuses there. However, I want to put another shot at this guy that hasn't fired yet.
Okay.
But he is just outside of half range. So
Okay.
I'll be hitting on 3s, shooting this guy,
Yep.
hitting on 4s, this guy.
Is he obscured at all for any reason? Like from the leader or anything like that?
I mean, the tip of his rifle is obscuring him, so if we want to...
No, we don't count that. So.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's hitting a 3 and then 4 on this guy.
Yeah, so we'll roll the 3 first.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'll put it up here. Sorry.
That's it.
That's a 2.
Miss. Because nothing can happen in this game, so...
Do I... Is this technically where this is a different shot? Is this outside of a different phase? Can I use CP on this or no?
It's the same
the shooting
phase.
part.
Yeah, it's the shooting phase, so you can't
Okay.
do
So-
that.
So now on to the man with a 4.
Yep.
Oh, we have...
Okay, that's a hit.
We have some damage.
It's strength 6, so you win on a 2, and you're re-rolling 1s.
That plague. That plaque weapon.
What could
Plague
possibly go wrong?
I'm sure this won't be a 1 that re-rolls into a 1. It actually did something. It's a -2 AP, so I get a 6-up save against that, which I don't make. And so you roll your is it D3 or is it 2 damage?
3 damage.
Okay, so roll your damage.
The big 1.
Classic 1, and then you roll to see if you've killed me. So on a 4-up, I'm dead. Yep.
Holy moly.
Another thing has happened.
Something has died in this game, folks.
Fire Warrior is removed. A living sentient being, first of the game,
Wow.
has been killed now.
Press F to pay respects.
Yeah, let's just press quick F.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick just killed my last model that could fire. So we're just going to go through, and that was also Rick's last model to fire in the shooting phase. So we're going to go through the remainder of his shooting phase here. So Jordan, you want to go ahead and do the rest of your shooting?
I do want that.
Great.
This guardsman with a las gun
Yep.
is going to fire at that breacher.
Okay.
He's going to need...
What does it need?
He's
It's
going to
got a
need
clear
5,
shot?
I think. It's got
Yeah.
a clear shot.
So it's just shooting long range.
I need a 5.
You've hit.
I don't even know how to react to that.
You need a 4 wounds.
That doesn't happen in this game.
He's wounded.
He's wounded. I need a 4 up to save.
Ah, there it is.
I've saved. I can save people, and it's been proven. Slow clap from Rick.
And I'll just move right on
Yep.
to this other plasma gun,
Mm-hmm.
who I'm going to give him +1 to hit with my comm specialist.
Okay.
+1.
Yep.
He's going to then fire at the zealot.
Once again.
He's going to need a 5.
It's gonna need a 5 to hit.
This is the +1.
Yep.
He's missed.
Can you re-roll that one?
No,
Is this a sniper?
he's not. It's the other guy.
Oh, it's
who's
the
a
other
sniper.
guy. Okay.
And then this guy with the las gun
Yep.
is going to fire at that other guy who's in combat with the stealth suit. He needs a 6.
This regular plague marine?
Yep.
Why would you waste your time with a little regular plague
He
marine?
missed.
You missed. Weird.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it. And we are back at the beginning of the fight phase. Rick's made a lot of combats here with his charges and his movement phase, so this phase is basically just going to be the Rick show. Rick, you want to start with something?
Yeah, so we'll start with the heavy specialist here.
Yep.
He has one attack, one flurry
attack.
Yeah. He's going to put it on the fire warrior.
Yep.
So we're just going to go ahead and get right to swinging.
Okay.
So he's going to need a 3 to hit.
That's a hit?
He's smashed.
He smashed him. Now, does he have a weapon of any kind? Or is
just a plague knife.
Okay.
So normal 4 strength, so it'll be 3s to wound, rerolling 1s.
Yep.
Thank heavens.
Yep.
We're just going to swap dice real quick off camera.
Okay.
And then we'll
into a
reroll a 1 into a 1.
Pretty
That's
weird.
the rules.
Pretty weird.
Yeah, you get a 1, you reroll it into a 1.
He's done nothing. That's important.
As the rules state.
Yep. Just keeping the game from moving.
Yep. So moving swiftly on, we'll move over to this Poxwalker, who hopefully will have a little bit more of an eventful turn here. All right, he has 2 attacks.
Yep.
He hits on 5s, I believe.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah. He does. Okay. So let's just get that improvised weapon moving here.
What's he attacking, by the way?
He's attack. Well, I guess I should have stated I'm splitting my attacks between
Okay,
the
so
2
he's
fire
hit one.
warriors.
He's hit one. Which one do you want it to?
We'll just keep it symmetrical.
Okay.
So we'll say this lower one that's a 6
Hit that
hit
guy.
this guy, and
Okay.
this one just swinging for the rafters.
Okay.
Okay, so
Strength 3?
3, so 4s to wound.
Yep.
I picked a really bad spot to roll.
Yeah.
That's another 1, guys.
You've rolled, and he doesn't have a plague weapon, right?
Nope.
So that fails to do anything.
Hot stuff, guys.
Hot action.
Hot action.
This is why people come to this channel, to watch all the ones.
Yeah,
rolled.
it's
we roll
incredible.
ones like it's truly nobody's business.
Yeah. All right.
It shouldn't be anyone's business to watch anyone roll this many ones in a single game of Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. So, what's next?
Next, we have our little vanilla Plague Marine here.
Yep.
Again, 1 attack.
1 attack.
So we're hitting on 3s again here.
Yeah.
We've done it.
He's hit that stealth suit.
It's just a knife.
Stuff was 4, so he's winning on 4s this time. That's a 2. You can't reroll that.
Right, unless I use a command point.
Unless you use a command
phase.
point, because it's a different phase.
But you know
Does
what?
the stealth suits -1 only apply to shooting?
You know, it may apply in combat as well.
We should check.
Did you roll a 3 to hit?
He did roll a 3 to hit.
Let's check.
That's a good.
Alright, so we just looked it up. With the -1 to hit, he actually didn't hit. He rolled a 3 and he needs a 4. But he's going to re-roll that failed hit.
Spend that juicy command point.
Yeah, as far as we know, in Kill Team, it doesn't apply the way that it does in 40k, where if it counted as a hit before modifiers, you couldn't have re-rolled it, because the command point stratagem to re-roll doesn't say a failed roll, it just says to re-roll a roll, any roll. So we're going to assume that it is perfectly fine for him to re-roll that failed hit, even though it would have been a hit without modifiers. So Rick, do your worst.
That was so useful.
And somehow I haven't received any damage in this fight phase. These Tau are made of sterner stuff, it would seem.
Well, damage that you're aware of.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some
Smeared some
underlying
ink on you.
sickness that they'll get down with shortly. Ooh-ah-ah-ah style.
Thank you.
So now, this Fire Warrior will retaliate. I guess there's really no point to the order here anymore. This Fire Warrior is going to fight back against this Plague Marine with the Meltagun. Let's see if I can hit on a 5. I can! Strength 3 against toughness 5. I need a 5 to wound. I don't. Okay, and then the stealth suit is actually a Chasse Vray, the leaders of the stealth team, so he has 3 attacks. I'm going to put them all against that Space Marine there. He's taking 5s. And I've hit once. He is strength 4, so I need a 5 to wound. That is another 3 to wound instead. And then the 2 breachers, I'll just roll them at, I don't think it matters, I'll roll them at the same time.
Well, in case they hit themselves,
each
other.
Right. Against that Poxwalker, I'll just roll at the same time. One hit. I'm getting way luckier with hits here in the fight phase than I am the shooting. It is a wound. Get your 5-up, feel no pain. Get your dice. Get your dice.
This is my time.
Get your
to
dice.
shine.
I have a chance here. Roll your 5-up, feel no pain. Let's see what happens. You failed.
He felt it.
Let me see if I do anything.
Okay,
Let me see.
Hold on for a second.
Oh. What's this? Rick's looking up something.
Okay. I think this might happen after the fact.
Okay.
It's the putrid splatter.
What does that do? Tell me about that.
Use this tactic when a model from your kill team loses a wound in the fight phase. Roll a d6 for each enemy model within 1 inch of that model. On a 6, that enemy model suffers 1 mortal wound.
Great. Let me see if I've killed him first. Let me see if I've done anything first, please. He's dead. I killed a Poxwalker. I did more in the fight phase than you did. With Tau.
So far.
But now you're going to do that. Let's see what
that
happens.
is going to cost me 2 CP, which is the last. I think that's.
You're out of CP now.
2 CP.
Rick's out of CP, everyone.
Now, if I get a 6 here, that is a mortal wound.
Okay.
So there's. I think.
Maybe you should roll one at a time. Is it for each model?
Yeah, it'd be a d6 for each model within 1 inch.
Okay. So let's roll one at a time.
Okay.
This is the far over?
We'll say, this is this man here, this little fish.
So what happened? On a 6, he takes a mortal wound?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
I've rolled an amazing 2. All right, let's try the other one.
Yep. That's a 2.
Another 2.
You
Very consistent.
You've rolled another 2.
Lots of 1s and 2s, folks.
Well, I killed that Poxwalker. My fire warriors, with their inept little 3-fingered hands, managed to punch that pussy little boy into dirt.
That bad man.
And now he's gone, and they can do things, and I'm very excited about that. I may tactically withdraw. We'll see. That is the end of the fight phase. Yes, everything is fought. So now, I don't think we have to roll morale for anything. I don't think anyone's lost enough stuff, which would mean that we roll now to see who goes first in turn 4 of this game. Unless someone's making a tactical withdrawal.
Let's decide after roll initiative.
Alright. Jordan?
Because I think you're still...
Oh, I'm in the game.
You could still be in this.
I can still be in the game. Let's see.
Do you need to charge?
I rolled a 7.
Yes. I've rolled a 7.
I've rolled a 3.
Jordan?
Do we roll off now in 1d6?
Yes.
I rolled a 2.
I've rolled a 2.
I've rolled a 2.
I've rolled a 3. Okay, I will be going first, and then followed by Jordan, and then Rick. Alright, and we're back after the movement phase of turn 3. And as you can see, things look pretty different. Things feel pretty different as well for us, because full disclosure, it's been a week since the last time we recorded. We ran out of time last time, and we've reconvened to finish this game. So what's happened is, at the end of, or I should say at the very beginning of Battle Round 3, I made a decision to withdraw, as you can see, the Tau forces from this game. They made a tactical withdrawal. I basically decided, I have them running away over here for fun, but this is off the table technically. I basically decided that as the Death Guard closed in for the kill in close combat, the leader of the kill team made the decision, the sort of, shrewd, strategic decision that the Tau wouldn't hold up in a combat situation, and it was more fitting, I think, and in character that the Tau would withdraw to form a new firing line at a safe distance from the enemy. That being the Death Guard in this situation, who no one was really prepared to engage in this fight. But that was the Tau's turn. I didn't want to lose any of my men for this campaign scenario, so I withdrew them. But now we can go on to the rest of the turn, which started with Jordan moving after I had withdrew. And then Jordan, what did you do?
So these two gentlemen here came out of the cover of the crates, and they're sort of coming around here they've seen all game. They've seen this battle going between the town and Death Guard, and they're sort of trying to get into the action, but they're also very wary. So they've come around here. They're trying to stay in some cover. My leader has moved up again to try to stay in cover behind this wall here, and my comms guy moved up off the bunker towards objective 4 here, just trying to hold some ground. Everyone else really has readied because they're very wary of getting too close to this cover here where they don't have a shot at all on the Death Guard, but they're well within threat range from a charge. So it's a bit of a hesitant movement phase, but that's what's happened.
Okay. And then following that, Rick did his move. And Rick, what would you like to go over what you did?
Yeah, so following the seeing the Tau retreat, the Death Guard are looking to hold this ground. We don't know exactly why they're holding this ground, but it could be a Plague World expansion, it could be a number of things, but it seems like this particular unit of Plague Marines, now that their leader has taken fire from the Guard in the previous turn, they were unaware that Guard were here. So now comms have gone out and he's essentially told his men to hold the ground, so we've taken defensive positions for the most part. I moved all of the Zealot Specialist and the Poxwalkers kind of up in here, up into this cover, trying to get them out of line of sight. This Plague Marine just kind of moved around the corner, but still holding this objective. And the 2 Marines that I had up here, my Demo Specialist and my Heavy Specialist, dropped down below here, just taking some cover behind just some objects to obscure them a little bit and get them out of line of sight from Jordan's longer range snipers. And now they're just they're holding ground now that they know that there is an Imperial Guard force here, and seeing what they bring to them.
All right. And so with the movement done, now we will move on to the shooting phase for turn 3, coming right up. And we're back at the beginning of the shooting phase. Jordan has a few readied models here. Jordan, would you like to begin your phase?
I will begin my phase.
Would you like to?
I would like to.
Great.
And I will do it.
That's both.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 for 2.
Yee.
Yee.
So what I'm gonna do is...
Wow.
I'm gonna start by firing my 2 snipers here. One of them can see this distant man.
How, Jordan?
Through the gap in the crates.
Scope?
He does.
Scope.
Wow.
And the other can see... I can't really tell who he can see. He can see one of those Plague Marines.
It's actually a
You can
rock.
see he's pointing through those crates.
Yeah, he can see through the crates.
Yep.
And it's hard to tell. I think he can see this man. Yes,
Okay.
he can,
Zealot.
because that guy's too far away.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the sniper here, firing at Blight Launcher Man.
Okay.
This man's right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be obscured,
Yep.
but not.
Ignoring the long range.
So 5.
Yep.
Okay. So I need a 5.
Yep.
Roll a 1.
And this isn't a specialist of any kind?
No.
Or, okay.
Nope.
Just that.
And then the other sniper firing at the Zealot.
Okay.
Again, 5.
Don't.
Let's roll the 6.
Oh!
Don't.
But he now needs a 5.
Yes.
To...
6 will be mortal wound in addition.
Oh!
Oh boy. That's a mortal wound. 6 followed by a 6. No. Rick, you gotta do something about that, buddy. You gonna roll dice?
I didn't bring any of those, so I guess he's just alive.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Alright.
Right? That's the rules?
Rick, I saw you with dice earlier. So it'll be a regular armor save.
First.
And then a disgustingly resilient for the mortal wound.
Yes.
Disgustingly.
Okay.
Or 2, depending
Or 2,
on...
depending on
Yeah.
the 1 that Rick rolls.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
your worst.
Is there any AP on this?
No.
Okay.
No, it's only a sniper rifle.
It's only a high-powered sniper rifle with 0 penetrative power.
Was it you that brought the beanbag rounds or him?
That was me,
Okay,
because
so-
nothing happened when I shot it.
Okay. All right.
We'll find out if I've loaded actual rounds.
Coming up.
Okay. So, easy 3-up save. Made plenty of these this
Shouldn't be
game.
a problem
so
for
easy
someone
for
like
him.
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh! All right, so now you have to do a 5-up feel no pain against the disgusting resilient against the mortal wound caused by the sniper round.
Oh, God. Oh!
Unbelievable.
And we continued
And the
with
game,
nothing
the game continues its completely uneventful term here. The apparently that high-powered round just smashing off some little itty bit of
pustule.
Just a filthy little
just
pustule.
a gob of extra meat that no one needed.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue.
Okay.
This guy here,
Yep.
my sniper specialist with
Yes.
a plasma gun,
Yes.
is going to fire at the zealot as well.
You can see him.
You can see him through the gap. Both
Alright.
these plasma guys can see the zealot's legs through the gap.
Is he within half range?
He's not.
Okay.
Nope. So he's just gonna fire.
The one-
He needs a 5 as well.
He's
Half range and
half
obscured.
range or half range obscured, but +1. Oh, he needs a 5.
He needs a 5. I need to be rerolling ones because he's a sniper specialist.
Wouldn't he need a? He is within half range.
No.
He's out, so
Yeah.
he'd be.
It's one shot
A
at
6.
-2.
Or is he Tempestus?
He's Tempestus.
I'm sorry, he's Tempestus, so he's
Yeah.
3-ups. Yep. Okay.
He does have a stratagem to give him
+1.
plus
to his
one.
roll, if you want to use it, and you can make it a +2 with the comm specialist.
I think my comm specialist is too far away. So it needs to be 6. Yeah, he's too far away.
Okay.
I guess, is it 1 CP for that or
It's
2?
1 CP.
Okay, I'm gonna use that, I guess, just because
Okay.
I have a number of CP.
Yep.
So he'll need a 4, but it's only one shot, and I'm
Right.
gonna miss.
Okay.
So let's just roll that one now. There we go.
Yeah, he re-rolls that.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
There we go.
So now he needs a 3.
3 to wound.
It's a 3.
It is a wound. -3 AP. Rick. -3 AP. You gotta roll another 6. Gotta roll another 6.
I also keep forgetting that I have stratagems that could get me out of these positions, like the cloud of flies and things like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently they
So-
didn't bring the flies to this early game.
That's a...
That's a tasty one.
Yep.
But
Alright.
now you have a chance
Now you
to...
have a chance to redeem yourself
Yeah.
with your disgustingly resilient saves, which you seem to be making an awful lot of,
Please don't, though,
despite your saves.
I'd like to.
failing.
because something has to
Something
happen.
should happen in this game.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
So he's
But
already-
now...
Yes. Now we have to see if he's actually dead.
Yeah, so I still have a chance to totally blow it.
Yep.
So it's...
He's already taken one,
He's taking a flesh wound.
but he's in cover.
But he's in cover.
So
it's a 4.
4 up,
Okay.
and he will die.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. He's taken another
I'm, not,
flesh wound.
I'm gonna
I think
command reroll.
Okay. All right.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Classic.
I'm never playing this game again.
Yep. Yep. All right. There it is.
But let's go immediately on.
Moving right along.
This man,
Okay.
my leader, is
Yes.
going to issue the reroll ones order
Okay.
on my plasma gun, just Imperial Guard gunner
Okay.
with a plasma gun.
Yep.
And he'll do his +1 to hit on him.
Okay.
So he'll need 5
Rerolling ones.
rerolling ones.
And is
He's
he
firing
within
at the
half range?
same man. He's not within half range.
Okay. So he's getting one shot.
One shot. Let's roll the 3.
That's a miss.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened. The game stays still. Again.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I have.
And we come back. This is now the first unreadied model to fire, and because Jordan got initiative, he will be shooting before Rick does. What would that be, Jordan?
I'm going to fire this Tempestus gunner
Yep.
with plasma gun
Yep.
at this Poxwalker with
With pop
Stick.
Stick.
That
Okay.
seems like such a waste of ammunition, Jordan.
One would think.
Sure, that's
so
what you should
it's
have.
-2 again.
Yep.
Here he goes. It's a hit.
It is a hit.
It's a 1.
It's a 1 to wound with a plasma gun. You needed a 2. Did you know that?
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay, and now on to the next shooting model. It's going to be Rick. It's this blight launcher marine here,
My blight launcher,
which is over there.
this man under here,
Yep.
is going to be shooting at Jordan's demolition expert, I believe it is, the Flamer Man. Super
Yeah.
Flamer Man.
And Jordan, I believe, is implementing a strategy.
I did. I've used the get down stratagem.
So he's dancing.
He's
dancing,
get up,
which
get down.
gives it, it's a further -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Because his moves are so slick.
Yeah, he's got those sweet dance moves. So that means now you're at a -3 to hit, so you're hitting on 6s.
Because I'm so stunned by his
You're really
beautiful
just
moves.
You're shook.
Yeah.
So now let's.
I'm going to roll to see if I'm woke or not.
Yeah.
But, so I need 6s here. So it's assault 2. So we're gonna get 2 snot balls coming right at you, Jordan.
Yep. 2 Libby's hawk.
Oh, we got one.
We got 1 hit.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let's see. Can we continue this luck? No, unfortunately.
And then it's a 2 to wound.
Yeah, strength 6. So
rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. It is
got a
wound.
All right.
If you're -2,
Okay, so
you don't get a save.
he's dead.
Well,
Or,
what's the damage? Is it D3 or is it 2 or?
well, it doesn't matter, right? You just roll a damage die because he's only got 1 wound.
I think you roll 1 for each point of damage.
shall we take a break?
I can't remember how that works now.
It's 1 for each point of damage.
And you roll like multiple or something.
And if any of them get over what you need, then what you need, then he dies. So that's why they nerfed the Harlequin fusion, because it was like, oh, you're getting like 6 wounds.
Got it, and you were rolling 6 die.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember now.
So D3?
It is D3?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll your damage.
The big one.
Big one.
And then, has he already taken
He's taken a flesh wound.
Okay, so now he's in cover.
So it'd be a
So
4
on a
up.
4 up, he's killed.
Okay. In the demo, the in cover is only on wound rolls, not on these rolls, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so
He's
he's dead.
Alright, well, something's happened, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I fired 17 models and did nothing.
Rick fired 1
model, needing a 6, and killed a man.
Yep. So. It's very...
Chaos is in effect in more than one way in this game.
It's why we play.
The ruinous powers are ruining all of
And it also,
days.
I need to point out that I spent 5 CP on that model, who did nothing. I spent like 90% of the CP I've generated on that model.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like, that's literally true.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
he did
It's just
nothing.
true. And he did nothing.
And he's dead now.
Yeah.
So... And after that depressing statistical anomaly, we return to Jordan's... is this your last man?
Yeah!
Okay. Alright. He's got a las gun.
Laser gun.
Laser rifle.
He's gonna fire at that Poxwalker.
As well?
Yep.
Okay.
He needs a 6. He's missed.
He's missed. Alright, so it's the end of the turn. I don't think we have to test for being broken. No nerve tests have to be taken based on anything that happened. So now we're just rolling to see if the game ends, because it's the end of Battle Round 4. Jordan is at advantage, so he'll be the one rolling, and let's see what happens.
And the game continues.
The game continues. What a fun time for everyone. And roll for initiative. Jordan's had enough. He's rolled a 3, which is beaten by Rick's 10. So unmercifully beaten into a bloody pulp. Jordan's had quite enough. And we're back at the end of the movement phase for Battle Round 5. You guys, there's a couple things that are going to happen right now before we actually get into the shooting. One of them I'd like to go over. We retroactively changed something because we weren't thinking about in the last turn when Rick's Blight Launcher Death Guard Marine shot last turn. We weren't considering that he had advanced, which meant he was already at a -3 to hit. So the guy who is dead now, Jordan had used a stratagem to put him to ground, but he didn't actually have to do that to get the -3 buff. So we are sort of retroactively giving Jordan back that command point because that did not need to happen. And then the other things that are happening, there's now going to be a new stratagem employed as well as an order issued. Jordan, you want to open up with that order?
Yes, my leader is going to issue the order move on my plasma gun, so he gets to make an advance move.
Yep.
So I'm going to make an advance move. It's a 4, so I'll move him after.
Okay.
But then I'm going to also use 2 CP to issue a second order.
Okay.
And he's just going to also order move on the sergeant guy.
Okay.
He gets a 5. So
All right.
we'll do those off camera.
Okay. And then the stratagem employed. Rick, what are you doing here?
I'm going to put Cloud of Flies on my demolition specialist.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I'm going to do it on, yeah, I think we're going to do it on him. Although, so are the orders that you're doing, Jordan, are those considered to be in the movement phase, or?
They're in the shooting phase.
They're in the shooting phase.
They're in the shooting phase. Okay,
Yeah.
so then, yeah, I have to do this now. So, yeah, I'm going to put the Cloud of Flies on him, which means that he can't be the target of any shooting unless he's the closest model.
Okay. And then we will move on to, we'll get those moves done for these models, and then we'll move on to the beginning of the shooting phase proper coming up. All right, we're back at the, this is going to be the shooting phase, but it's actually more of just a turn summary because there isn't much that can actually happen in this turn. So we've got a situation where almost nothing has line of sight, and a stratagem has been employed to create a situation where the thing that is in line of sight can't be shot. So first we'll sum up what happened in the movement phase, starting with Rick. Rick, what did you do in the movement phase?
Yeah, so in the movement phase, I moved the heavy specialist up here behind cover. I wanted him obscured. Depending on what Jordan's movement was with these guys, maybe he'd move them up far enough to where they would be in range of him, because he does have a meltagun which only has a 12-inch range, so he's a little bit limited. I wanted to keep him in the fight, but still defended. I moved both my Zealot and the Poxwalker that were over here inside this storage container. They're in there having a snack, licking their wounds, filling the holes with maggots, whatever.
Eating their own bodies. Okay.
And then the Poxwalker up here, I just kind of moved him, scurried him up in front of the leader as a meat shield, essentially, depending on what Jordan may move over here.
Okay.
And then the same thing with my demolition specialist. I just moved him up here into cover, just so I could have some engagement range on these guys back here.
Yep.
And that's it for my team here.
Okay. And then Jordan, what did you do?
I moved, the snipers came out of this cover in here, hoping to shoot at the demo guy, but then he's engulfed in a cloud of flies.
Because he employed the stratagem, he cannot. Yeah.
So we can't.
Why would you shoot at flies?
Right. They saw him there, and then suddenly there were flies instead, and they said, well guess we won't shoot
those. Let's not pull the trigger.
My las gunner moved out of the cover here over here to try to hold this objective.
Okay.
The 2 plasma guns came over here just to sort of get out of line of sight, and they're also helping to hold objective 1.
Yep.
The 2 guys who are here came around to hold objective 1 as well. And then the guys who are behind this building advanced and then received the order. So they're now tucked in the corner contesting objective 2.
Which is on the other side.
So on the other side of the building.
Okay.
And my leader advanced. He's over here. He's conveniently out of line of sight, even though he's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And that was my movement.
Okay. So that was it for movement on both sides. Now, the way that this worked out with both of them moving around the way that they did, essentially no one has line of sight to anything that can fire, as we just went over. The only thing that can do anything is this one Marine here, because...
excuse me, demo...
He's a demo
expert, as we've stated in other games.
Yeah, we stated in the other games, he's an expert, not a specialist.
Thank you.
He will be firing because he cannot be fired upon, because he's not the closest thing, but he can fire because he's got that Nurgle magic.
I think he's actually the only Marine on my team in this game that has successfully killed anything. He's doing work.
He's doing work, I would say so. I mean, this is a game where almost nothing has happened. So the fact that he's killed anything is a testament to... It's almost 100% more effective than anything else in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's at -2, I think, with the target that he's shooting at, which is going to be one of these guys
man
here.
right here.
Okay, the camo cloaked sniper there.
And I am going to use this time the get down stratagem.
Okay, that's going to create a -3 situation.
Yes.
So you're now be hitting on 6s with that light
Incredible.
launcher. It's pretty incredible.
The dance moves, he's also.
Imperial Guard are incredible at both taking cover and dancing. They were all prom king and queen. Every single one of them. You can't be in the Guard unless
you're the prom king and queen.
in one being. Yeah. All right, so roll your dice.
Okay, so we're aiming for 5s here.
6s.
Oh, 6 is right because of the stratagem, sorry. Or order, rather.
Please don't roll
That was
any.
it.
And there's a 6.
He's rolled a 6, everyone.
Yeah, let me just scoot that out here so everybody can see.
Yeah, that's a 6 right there.
Just-
Luckily, it's only a 2 needed to wound.
Rerolling 1s, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky for some.
For some.
Why don't you roll that?
Let's just go ahead. Let me roll this up here for
It's
you.
pretty great.
I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I know.
It is a
It's a
1.
one. Reroll that.
You can re-roll it.
You can re-roll that
Into a 1, perhaps.
into a 1, maybe?
Yes!
It is. It's a 1. Look at that.
As
What
the
is-
rules state,
what
you
is this
re-roll
game?
the result.
Yeah, this is
As
a
a
game
one
where
into a
nothing
one.
happens. That seemingly is the only constant of this game. Is
Not
that
like
nothing
this.
changes. Okay, well that's the end of the shooting phase. I don't believe there's any morale to take because nothing has happened again.
No.
So
now Rick,
this time Rick is at advantage, so
Yep.
he'll be rolling to see if it's the end of the game.
on a 4-up, the game continues.
Rick,
Please let it end.
let it end.
It ends,
God.
folks!
It
Thanks.
Okay, so the game is now over, and time to consolidate points. So Jordan is currently holding 3 objectives, which means that the Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, have 9 victory points. Rick has killed a combined 3 models, meaning he got 3 kill points, and he's holding 1 objective, meaning Rick is on 6 victory points.
Jordan sneaky snaked these
Yeah.
little guys into.
He did.
get this
He's
one.
holding that because he has more men next to it than Rick does. That's one of the problems of a low model count kill team. There are advantages in other ways, but it can be hard to hold objectives, and the Guard are pretty darn good at holding objectives. So, 9-6, the Astra Militarum take this game. It's a victory for them somehow. Let's do the experience and then we'll wrap up. All right, so we're doing the wrap up for casualties now and experience. So Jordan actually only lost his demo specialist, the guy with the flamer. So Jordan, you want to go over what happens here?
Yeah, so we just have to roll on the casualty chart. It's a D10.
Yep.
Just to see what happens. So I'll roll. It's a 2, so I think that means he's in convalescence. So
Okay.
he can't participate in the next battle.
Okay.
So we'll have to mark that on his data sheet.
Yep, but he is still alive.
He is still alive, so we'll just take him.
All right. And now for my casualties. The stealth suit suffered a flesh wound, so I have to see if he's actually a casualty. On a 1 to 3, he'll be fine. On a 4 to 6, he becomes one. Okay, so he's not a casualty. So now it just comes down to this one fire warrior from my fire team. Let's see what happened to him. It's a 2. So he's in convalescence, and he will be out of the next game. And Rick actually also has 3 models that were on flesh wounds in the game, so we'll go just left to right, see if these are actually casualties.
So we'll start with this Plague Marine who's in his own fire team.
Yep. Okay, he's not a casualty. And then
The Zealot, everybody's favorite Zealot.
Yep. He is a casualty. That's a
Okay.
6.
Okay, so now we need to roll a D10 for
Yep.
him, right?
Oh, it's a 1.
God.
He's dead.
He expires.
What that means is you can take a Zealot in the future. It just means that this one is dead and you've lost any experience that you would have gained.
Despite
receiving Grandpappy Nurgle's blessing.
Yeah.
He's, after this battle where he didn't get into combat, he's decided to reduce him to a pile of bubbling pus.
Yeah, he may have suffered, maybe he finally realized, oh, I've been shot by every member of the opposing kill teams in this game, and he finally got a little worn out, succumbed to his wounds.
And finally, our little Poxwalker here.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's also a casualty. Let's see what happens to him.
This is where my good rolling comes back
The
again.
six come back from this, yeah. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
So he's fine. And he will be there in the next game. Well, what a game. What a game.
I thought it was great.
Not a lot happened at all. No, it's just a bunch of nothing. I've never seen so little happen in a game, quite frankly.
Nope.
Especially one that went that many turns.
Yep.
But there it is. So the result of the game, obviously the guard won, technically.
Yes, technically.
And the Death Guard, though they seemed in a strong position on the table, they seemed not to be relatively unkillable, other than the Poxwalkers.
Disgustingly so?
Disgustingly unkillable,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. They had they weren't dying, but they also lost the game on points. I would assume this means, the guard, they're just establishing a beachhead. They proved to be a little too dogged in their defense of the positions they just took, as Imperial Guard sometimes can be.
Sometimes.
These tenacious defenders of ground, and atrocious warfighters. Obviously the Tau don't fight like that, and they tend to fall back if they feel like casualties are going to be mounting, which in the situation where they're being charged by Death Guard in close combat, that's kind of a desperate moment for them.
It's exactly what I want.
It's exactly what you want. It's the opposite of what the Tau want. So,
and I showed you how much you should fear me.
Yeah, when I beat you in
that amazing
fight
first round of hand-to-hand combat.
What an unbelievable game. So Ashwalker basically has a contingency that Tau on this planet are not to waste their lives. They're to fall back if they feel overwhelmed in combat. And they basically, this was just a patrol. They weren't really holding this ground technically, which that meant that I lost the game, but also my goal was to have no losses during this conflict, which miraculously in 3 turns of the game almost is the case. Especially with the experience at the end, the guys who were casualties didn't die. I lost no one. Just pretty silly, really, when you think about it. But anyway, the Tau withdrew to safety, as are going to sort of be until they're pushed against a wall, the Tau will be doing sort of feinting retreats and trying to consolidate their defenses as much as possible. So in this game, they quickly withdrew as quickly as they could. Whereas the Death Guard, we don't know what their motivations are completely. Maybe you do, but
it's to be determined as the story unravels. But there's definitely something on this planet that the Death Guard are here for. And in regards to this particular battle, I think it's they're making a tactical withdrawal after
from this game. Yeah.
From this game, not from the story at large, but.
Which is to say, maybe they just weren't prepared to take on 2 opponents.
I think they're planning for a landing of a much larger force and determined that this area was not suitable for that after running into the Imperial Guard. They saw that they're flexing.
Yeah, flexing hard, yeah. Those Catachan arms, they'll get you.
They're very intimidating.
Yeah, they're like freshly oiled up. They're
shaved.
Coming back from a competition
freshly
or something.
Shaved, freshly oiled. They're an intimidating lot, that's for sure. Not to mention those bandanas.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
it's a lot to take in.
Yeah. I'm a little hot and bothered looking at him right now.
Mm-hmm.
But so the Death Guard probably just weren't prepared to be fighting 2 forces. I think that's kind of what happened with everyone here. The Tau patrol was maybe could have engaged one force, but wasn't. They didn't know the Imperium was going to be there. They kind of stumbled on the Death Guard as well. They knew all these forces knew, obviously with long range scanning, that these forces are in the region, but none of these preliminary ground forces. Jordan's essentially doing recon work. The Death Guard trying to find a drop site that is suitable, and the Tau on just a routine patrol from their defensive positions. No one is really prepared for a scaled conflict, which is why things went the way they did, why forces withdrew before too many casualties were gained. There's no point in throwing your life away if you don't even really have a purpose to this particular piece of land or ground or whatever. So the Imperial Guard proved intractable, even though they didn't have an objective to hold. Technically, they were just holding the ground better than anyone else at the end of the game, and they won it. But what this means for the future, we're not entirely sure. These forces all know now a little bit logistically where they are, but because of the withdrawals from this region, we don't really know where the next conflict zone will be. It seems the Imperial Guard have, as you said, established a beachhead, sort of, and they can at least set up a base of operations on the ground from here, which is an important foothold for them to get moving forward. And then from there, we may see more intense Tau retaliation, since they actually have a pretty strong position on this planet already. It just wasn't here. And the Death Guard, it's actually a big question mark as to what is even here for Death Guard. It's known that there are larger forces in orbit, but no one really knows exactly how many there are. We know that they are fleeing from the Ultramar sector after the Indomitus Crusade, but what they're doing here, we don't know. We don't know if they're just resupplying, if they're consolidating forces, if they're just preparing to move on, but they thought this was like a safe zone, since it's sort of almost on the edge of no man's land between Imperium space and Tau space, and it's minimally defended. But whatever the case, we've yet to see, and maybe all these questions will be answered in the upcoming games. What a weird game.
Yeah.
The actual tabletop game. What a weird game.
I'm kind of in shock, which is why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, it's
just because I can't believe that 5 turns went by and just nothing happened. I mean, you even got your charges off. You made combat.
But as we saw, Grandpappy Nurgle was not happy. He blessed one of his sons.
And he wasted it.
He wasted
the blessing.
So he turned him into a big old pile of goop.
Yeah. Now he's just a goopy mess on the underside of someone's boot. Probably just the other Death Guard.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next Zealot that fills that spot will be more worthy.
Yeah, a little more worthy. Or maybe it'll just be the same guy come back, since, Chaos Space Marines seem to be able to resurrect if they're demonic enough or whatever. Maybe the warp will just spit him back out and be like, you're a little too ornery for me. Yeah. I need you to get into the fight again. Please leave now. And take this corrupted flail with you and do your business. But in real space, please. Just a weird game. Just a weird sort of non-game. It was, I don't know what happened. It was a bunch of ineffectual rolling and just sort of useless posturing and stuff. I mean, I think we were able to weave a story around it pretty successfully, as far as like an initial conflict that forces didn't engage too hard in, and it wasn't too atrocious because they don't know the parameters of the conflict yet. But as far as like an actual game went, I mean, this game took 2 days to film, and nothing happened. It's really weird. I don't know. It's a weird one. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. Hopefully you enjoyed our banter. Hopefully our frustration gives you immense schadenfreude. I don't know what else to say, really.
There's nothing else to say.
There's nothing else to say. But GG. I guess just in summation.
Easy.
Yeah. GG easy mode. When you get 360 no scope so hard by the Death Guard, except you don't.
Except I still lost.
Yeah, because you still lost. The Death Guard sort of held a dominant position as far as like killing things and being resilient to incoming fire. I mean, we poured everything into that zealot, and he survived until he realized how hurt he was apparently after the game. And then he melted into a goop.
He succumbed to his good. He was like him succumbing to that was like the child that comes home with their bad report card.
Yeah.
And then him hiding in the crate was like the kid in the bedroom looking at the bad report card, knowing that he'd have to show it to his parents.
He has to show it to his parents, which are Nurgle in this case.
And when he went back to Grandpappy Nurgle and he was looking for the heads that he brought him, and he showed up empty-handed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, your corrupted flail doesn't have any blood of your enemies.
What did you do?
Yeah, I don't see a single extra Poxwalker here that you corpsed and turned into a...
You said you'd be home at 5.
You said you'd be home
showed
at
up
5.
at 6.
No dinner.
Yeah.
No dinner for you.
Yeah.
And now he's dead.
Yeah.
So that's what happens, I guess, when you upset Papa Nurgle. But yeah, just a weird game. I'm happy with it. I still have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I always do. I'm just a sucker for this game. That's why I created a channel devoted to it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this, I'd love for you to keep watching our content. If you want to like or subscribe, feel free to do so. You don't have to. No pressure. We got merch coming soon. Dice, shirts, website coming soon. Real soon.
Yep.
So soon.
So soon.
So soon for you. And we're on all the social media. Instagram, Facebook. Obviously, YouTube if you're watching this. The whole thing. The whole kit and caboodle, as they say. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.